Good morning, everybody. My name is Leticia Perez Martinez. I'm your English teacher, and I want to welcome you to this second course. I hope it's going to be very grateful for you, and I also hope you can understand and learn a lot more than the course before. First of all, I would like to read a brief introduction about how we're going to work in this semester, and then I'm going to explain the first topic that corresponds to the first part of this unit, Unit 6, that it's the simple past tense. Okay, so first I'm going to read this. You have this information in your platform, but I would like you to check and know this information. This unit provides the context for the presentation of both regular and irregular forms of the simple past tense, the grammar structure of the question, and negative sentences are also introduced briefly as a lead up to Unit 7, where it is one of the main grammatical goals. In addition, it contains skills development to complement the best learning and comprehension of the language. Okay, I'm going to explain very briefly how we're going to work with the simple past tense, okay? First, I'm going to explain in a general way how we're going to structure this tense, and later I'm going to explain the very important part of this topic, that it's the regular and irregular verbs, because this is the best and the most important part of this tense. Okay, first I'm going to tell you that the simple past tense expresses a past action that is finished. I mean, something that you did in the past and don't do it anymore at this moment. Here we have two examples. The first one is I lived in Tokyo when I was 6, and the second one, she started school when she was 4. Okay, here we are working with two regular verbs. In this case is lived, and the second sentence is started. Okay, something that is very important and relevant in this simple past tense is how we are going to pronounce the words or the verbs in a regular form. The ending of the verbs in a regular form is ed. However, according to some rules you're going to check later, you have to read correctly the pronunciation of these verbs. For example, first one is I lived. I lived in Tokyo when I was 6. The second one, she started school when she was 4. So, as I told you, later I'm going to explain the rules how we have to pronounce these verbs, these regular verbs. Okay? Okay, so we're going to begin with the first part, how to form the simple past tense in affirmative and in a negative way. We have here that the form of the simple past is the same in all persons. I mean, you're going to use all the personal pronouns. In this case, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they. And you're going to use the verb in the same way. I mean, you don't have to add an S if we are talking about a third person, not at all. In the simple past form or simple past tense, you are just going to use in an affirmative way, in an affirmative sentence, the verb into the past. It doesn't matter if we are talking about the third person. I mean, he, she, or it. In this case, we don't have any difference. For example, here we have, in an affirmative way, we have all the pronouns. I, he, she, it, you, we, and they. Then we have the verb into the past tense that it's invited. And the last part that is in Toronto in 1985. Okay, so here you have all the structure, and the most important part here is invited, that it's the past tense. I can say, I invited, he invited, she invited, invited, you invited, we invited, they invited. But okay, I mean, in this case is the verb not exactly invited. In this case, the verb is lived. I lived in Toronto in 1985. In a negative way, we're going to use an auxiliary. The auxiliary is did not. But in this case, we're going to use the most of the times the contraction that it's didn't. And we use the auxiliary didn't plus the simple form of the verb that it's infinitive, in this case without the particle to, in all persons. I mean with all pronouns. And one more time we have I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. Then the auxiliary didn't, but the verb here is in a simple form, live. I didn't live in Seattle. This is really important because sometimes you want to use the verb into the past tense in all the ways. I mean, affirmative, negative question, or negative questions, and that's not the case. Only in affirmative or in an affirmative sentence, you're going to use the verb into the past tense. But in negative question or negative questions, you are going to use an auxiliary. Didn't if it's negative, or did if it's a question. But the verb goes into the simple form. So here we have some examples. I didn't live in Seattle. He didn't live in Seattle. She didn't live in Seattle. It didn't live in Seattle. You didn't live in Seattle. We didn't live in Seattle. Or they didn't live in Seattle. So check. Didn't plus the simple form of the verb. Didn't live in this case. Okay? Then we have the structure, in this case, the question, the interrogative form, and the possible answers. To form a question into the simple past tense, we have to use the auxiliary did plus the subject plus the simple form of the verb. I mean infinitive without the particle to in all persons. One more time with all the pronouns. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, or they. And also we can use WH questions as we have in the example. We can use when, where, what, why, who, which, who, etc. For example, here we have when did I, when did you, when did he, when did she, when did it, when did we, when did they, and the verb go. Okay, one more time, we're going to use the auxiliary did in this case because it's a question, and the simple form of the verb. Did I go? Did you go? Did he go? Did she go? Did it go? Did we go? Did you go? Did they go? Okay, another could be using another WH question. For example, we have here where. Where did I go? Where did you go? Where did he go? Where did she go? Where did it go? Where did we work? Where did they work? Okay, so this is the simple form of the verb into the past tense. Okay, and now we have the answers, yes, no questions. Okay, I want to point out here that when we are talking about a yes, no question, it's because we are just going to use the auxiliary did at the beginning of the question, because it's a question that I'm going to answer only with yes or no. For example, here, did I like the movie? Did you like the movie? Did he like the movie? Did she like the movie? Did it like the movie? Did we like the movie? Did they like the movie? Okay. In Spanish could be, for example, did you like the movie? ¿Te gustó la película? In this case, I'm going to answer in an affirmative form, yes, or in a negative way, no. Did you like the movie? Yes, I did. Did you like the movie? No, I didn't. Did you enjoy the party? Yes, I did. Did you enjoy the party? No, I didn't. Okay? In this case, only when we use the auxiliary did at the beginning of the question, I have to use an answer yes or no. Not in the case when we use WH question. For example, the last examples. Where? Where did you go? In this case, you can't answer yes. You can't answer no because you are asking for information. Where did you go? The answer, I went to the movies. I went to my parents' house. I went shopping. In this case, the answer is going to be different. In this case, it's going to be informative. When? When did you go to the movies? When did you go to the movies? ¿Cuándo fuiste al cine? I went to the movies last week. Fui al cine la semana pasada. In this case, I can't answer yes. I can't answer no because I am informing, because I am saying more information. Not in the case of did you go to the movies? ¿Fuiste al cine? Yes, I did. Sí. Or no, I didn't. No. Okay? In this part, we have short answers. For example, did I like the movie? No, I didn't. Did we like the movie? No, we didn't. Did she enjoy the party? Yes, she did. Did they enjoy the party? No, they didn't. Did I enjoy the movie? No, or yes, you did. Or no, you didn't. Okay? In general, this is the way how we're going to use the simple past tense in this case, okay? However, this is only a brief information about the use of this topic. But if you have any question, if you didn't understand something, if there was something that you couldn't understand clearly, you can check some other information I sent you in the platform, in the Moodle platform, where you are going to get more information, additional information about this explanation. Okay? Thank you very much. Thanks for your attention, and I hope you enjoy your day. Thanks a lot. Tengo aquí un pequeño, bueno,